Hello, welcome to our channel, Reaction Reality. My name is Chai. Today we don't have Maddie with us. A lot of my mates have been constantly asking me to do a video on how to fix iPhones and stuff. So I just thought I should share my knowledge across. Just to let you know that I'm a certified phone technician. So yeah, so I just thought I should probably, teach you a bit about iPhones and how to fix it yourself and stuff. I'm not saying it's like something really easy, but it is something you can do yourself, although some basic stuff, I always get like hundreds of customers always come over to me, always they say, all right, here's the thing, my touchscreen doesn't work, my charging port doesn't work, and blah blah stuff, and my speaker doesn't work sometimes. So I have like pretty much few tricks and tips for you. That way you can be able to fix it yourself. Also, along with I'll also be teaching you how to change the screen and stuff. I know that it's pretty expensive out there, and like say here it's way too much expensive to fix iPhone screens and stuff. So I just thought I should let you know so that you can do it yourself. Well, why iPhone is just because there are over 700 million users. So I just thought I should start with iPhone. Probably down the track I'm going to teach you how to do Samsung and stuff like that. So but yeah, so we're going to pretty much start with iPhone today. So firstly, alright, so this is an iPhone 6. So I'm going to teach you how to fix up your iPhone 6 just in case if you have any problem. Although all the other phones like iPhone 7, 8, 10 and stuff, all these are pretty much the same. Like they say, to hard reset it or recovery, all these things are pretty much the same. You might have like couple of changes, but you can be able to Google it, to find that thing. But I'll still be teaching you like how to do it yourself, so you don't have to, pay someone to get that thing done. So how do I know it's an iPhone 6? Number one, if you just look down here, you'll see a code. It says A1589, and if you Google this code, you should be able to find what iPhone it is. So the same way almost like all the iPhones, iPads got that code, so you can probably Google it, so it will kind of show you what iPhone you're using, or if you're not sure of, or what iPad you're using. Now, so usually what happens is I always get these people always say, look, my phone doesn't work, my phone doesn't turn on, or maybe my charging port won't work, and whatever the reason may be. The first thing I'm gonna do, as soon as I get it, what I'll do a hard reset. I'm gonna long press my power button and the home button. Look, I'm gonna keep pressing it, and the phone turns off and the Apple logo comes up. Yeah, I'm gonna let go. So this thing is called hard reset. So basically, in case of any minor bugs, it usually fixes it up. Any minor thing. So the first thing I'm going to do, even if you go to an Apple store, that's the first thing they're going to do. As soon as they take your phone, they'll like hard reset it, because hard reset has been designed just to reset all the functionalities. So it kind of, it clears up all the minor bugs, so you can, you can maybe, like, there's a chance, like I would say about 50% of the times you can be able to fix it up. While option B is, I try this. If it doesn't work, what I do is I get into the recovery mode. So what you have to do is connect your phone onto your computer, and then as soon as you connect it, and then what you have to do is long press the power button and home button for about 10 seconds, and then after 10 seconds you have to let go of the power button and just keep holding the home button, and you will see the iTunes symbol on the phone. So this thing, what happens is it kind of connects into your iTunes, and then you should be able to recover it or maybe restore it. This thing also fixes major problems. So that's like plan B, but there's a problem with this. So you'll end up losing your data. Sometimes doing it this way and updating will also make some difference. So usually start updating, and if it doesn't work, maybe do a recovery or like restore. It will, most of the times it will work. So these are the basic two things I'm gonna do always. Like whenever I get people saying blah blah blah, I need this, I need this, I need this, I'll be like, all right, that's fine. While look, honestly, when I get like customers, they say, okay, my let's say charging port doesn't work, or my touchscreen doesn't work. The first thing I'm gonna do is boom, done. I hard reset, and most of the time it fixes, but I still charge like $50 to $70 because the end of the day, it's business, you know, I'm spending my time on it. So look, you can save this 50-70 bucks or whatever it is. So you can save this money if you can just, you know, learn how to do it yourself. So I always recommend you to learn things the way you can be able to do it yourself. Now, apart from this, also, this is like really funny. So, you know, I get a lot of people coming over to me, they say, look, my charging port doesn't work, my phone doesn't charge. I'm like, all right, that's fine. So leave it with me. I'll probably give you a call whenever it's done. So first thing I'm going to do as soon as they leave is look into this charging port. Most of the times what happens is you always like connect, disconnect your charger. So a lot of fluff gets into it. So what I do, I'll have a look. I use a tweezer, get all this thing out. I'll just have a look. I'll kind of clean it up. So this freezing up will most of the time fix the problem. I had like at least 30 people who came over to me. They were like, okay, my charging port doesn't work. All right, that's fine. I took the fluff out. I charged $50. Smart. So yeah, it's pretty much, that's how businesses work, you know. Regardless of how silly the problem is, we still put some effort in order to find that thing, regardless of how long it takes. But you just like I kind of get it all fixed, and I was like, all right, that's fine, $50. So you kind of, I want you guys to learn all these silly things, and then, you know, that way you'll end up saving a couple of hundreds. So all right, now what I'm gonna do today is, the first things first, I'm gonna teach you. So let's say you have an iPhone 6, probably just jump on eBay or maybe Amazon and stuff, and then type in iPhone fixing toolkit. And basic toolkit you would need to fix an iPhone is an opening tool, screwdrivers, Phillips and a star, a knife, a spudger, a few more opening tools, but it depends. I don't really use it, but a lot of people use it. And a suction cup and a tweezer. So these are pretty much the basic things you would need to fix an iPhone. And I'm telling you, it's not something really hard. You can just do it yourself, but all you need is, you gotta be patient. You gotta be like kind of focused, because you cannot mess up with things. Because then, like say, if you try to save some couple of hundreds by doing it yourself and you mess up like the motherboard and stuff, you'll end up losing the whole phone. So you gotta be careful. But pretty much I'll be teaching you throughout this video. I'll be teaching you how to change your screen, and you know how the battery and stuff works, and that way you'll have some idea on how to do it yourself. So, but if you have any questions, just shoot a comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to your comments. Or if you have any other questions, yeah, just leave a comment below, and I'll definitely get back to you on that. Alrighty. All right. Now, all right. Let's get on to it now. Yeah. Alright, so now I'll be teaching you how to replace the screen, a broken screen. Although the screen here is in like good functionality, but I'll still show you how to fix it yourself. Well, the first things first, always use the star screwdriver, this one, to take these screws off. But make sure when you take them out, put it the right place, or else I don't want you to misplace them, or I don't want you to lose them. So place them properly, and what I usually do, so that I won't miss out on them, yeah, I'll mark it so I know where the screws are now. Now, as soon as you finish taking them off, I'm gonna use a heat gun to heat the screen. So they usually kind of glue this area, around this area. So using a heat gun, I'll kind of loosen it up, so it makes it a lot easier for me to take them off. Also, just letting you know, before you start fixing iPhone, a good thing is just to take the SIM card tray out, which I already did, if you could see. Right, now I put some heat in there, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this opening tool to take the screen off. Now what you have to do is just tuck it in between the screen and the panel, look, and twist it up. But if you're kind of fixing the phone for the first time, it might get a little hard for you to take it out, because it's like kind of Apple always does it. So they kind of glue it all around here, and then it gets a little hard for you to open it. But yeah, if you kind of probably use a heat gun, kind of heat it up, so it makes it a lot easier for you to take the stuff out. Now look, there's the thing. Now when you take this screen out, always be careful, because it depends with the type of iPhone you have. So what happens is, sometimes you see these cables here, sometimes they'll be like here, like for some phones, like say iPhone 7, 8 and stuff, you'll have them here. So you gotta be like little careful when you kind of take them out. Either you should be able to either take it this way or this way. It just depends on the phone you're using. Yeah, so this one is an iPhone 6, right? Now, put it here. It depends on how you place it. Some people prefer to place it this way, some people prefer to place it this way. I always prefer to place it this way. So the way I can, it kind of makes, I got used to doing it that way. Now what I'm gonna do, get this Phillips screwdriver, this one, and then I'm gonna take the screws off. So the first things first, always disconnect the battery, because battery is something more powerful, and then it is like so sensible. So I really want you to take the battery off, like disconnect the battery off. You don't have to like take it out, but then disconnect the battery first. So if you can see, this is the battery, and this thing is connected here. So which means like the battery is somewhere here, the battery connection. So I'm going to disconnect it first. Took it out, I place it here again. Now, because if you look at these two screws, the size of them varies, the length. So what I usually do, I will mark them in the order I took it. Like say we're gonna do the design of this here, and we have a slot, this one. So what I usually do is I took it out from here, so I'm gonna place it there. I took it out from here, I'm gonna place it back here. Okay, that one's sorted. Now, so I'm gonna use a spudger, plastic spudger, the way you want shot out stuff. Take this out, put it the way you take it, and then disconnect the battery. This is the battery. Now, the battery is disconnected, so you don't have to worry about anything else, like you won't end up shorting out stuff. Now, what we have to do is, if you look at here, this cable is connected here, and if you kind of disconnect it here, you can be able to take the screen off. So again, I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver, unscrew them. But before I unscrew them, what I'll do a design. I will draw the shape of this here. Screw here, one screw here, one screw here, one here, and one here. But for the first initial few iPhones, I always recommend you to do it, but I personally don't do it because I got used to it. But it's always good to do it the right way, the way you won't mess up your phone. So I took it from here, which is here. I'll put it in the exact same locations, the way I won't miss any screwdrivers, miss any screws. And the center one. Now let's take this plate off and then place it in the same way. Now it's all perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect all these cables. The screen's out. So now we don't have to worry about this, because we're going to change the screen now. So I have this new screen, which I'm going to use it to replace this thing. First things first, you have to if you look at up here, you'll see a metal plate. You have to get rid of this plate, and you have to take, so this one is the speaker, right? It's got the speaker, front camera, proximity sensor. So this part is very important. Although these parts won't cost a lot, but still they're really important. While this is the home button, I'll have to replace the home button. That way, whatever the screen I put in, the touch sensor still works because it's all like connected to each other. Now, I'm gonna again take a Phillips screwdriver. I'm gonna start with these side ones, but before I do it, I usually draw the shape. Again, there's one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. Now, for the home button, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? While up here, there's one here, one here, one there. Right, we marked everything properly. Now, using the Phillips screwdriver, we're going to take them off. Alrighty. Took them out and then. Alright, so now doesn't matter. This should actually go here, but it doesn't matter because all these screws are of the same size, so it doesn't really matter. Now, so I took all this out. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the home button off. Put it back here. Put it back here. Put this one up here. I usually find it comfortable, you know, holding the phone and doing, but a lot of people usually just place it up here and then do it. It's just your comfort, you know. And then I'm going to take this one off. Well, I took all of them out. Now I'm gonna use a spudger and number one, take this part out, metal plate. Oh, hang on, before you do that, take the power button off. Take the home button off, here, put it, and then the home button is connected to this cable here. See, you have to disconnect it first. I'm gonna use something like plastic tool to hold it, and then look, I took it out, this thing, right? And now use a knife to lift it slightly up. You have to kind of stick it up a bit, like, look, yeah. So a knife makes it a lot easier for you to take it out. You know, you got to be careful when dealing with this stuff though, because these are really, really sensitive and you might end up breaking it, and then you'll end up again spending more money on it. We took the home button out. Now we're gonna take this metal plate off, place it somewhere here, and then yeah, we're gonna take off this stiff. Dealing with this stuff is a bit of it's a bit like tricky, because I'll teach you how to do it though. Right, you take it out and then you take the, look, camera, there's the camera, there's the camera, it's a proximity sensor, and then microphone. Alright, you took it out. Or sometimes it is like probably glued in there and you might have to use the heat gun again, just kind of around here. Do not put the heat gun, just put the heat straight on here. Always just put it here, that way it kind of loosens up the parts, and then it will be a lot easier. If it doesn't come, use a knife kind of scrape it slightly and then lift it up. That's it, right? So, but yeah, this part's pretty much done. We don't have to worry about it. You can just kind of throw it away. Now, let's say, all right, now, I'm still gonna use the same thing because this one's pretty much in good condition. So I'll still use the same thing. But usually this is how you get. Whenever you get it, what you have to do is take this plastic thing out of it. Yeah, and the rest everything is the same. So hang on, this thing is sticked onto this. So use this thing and kind of cut it and then, you know, lift it up. Easy. That's it. Now we're gonna work on the same thing, same instrument now. So again, first things first, put this metal plate back on. Right, now it's all done. Before you do anything, we'll screw it in. Use a Phillips screwdriver. Again, as I said, get these ones. You know where you got them from, so all right. Now the other side. Right, now you got them back in place. Now, first things first, the home button needs to go in its place. Yeah, so you got it back there, and place it properly. Make sure it's like firm, and then connect it back to the place, and then yeah, put this one back in, and then. Yeah, again, you know where the screws are from. Now, so we got the home button back in, just kind of test it, just to make sure it's all like steady. Now, the hardest part is this one. Now, the first thing you have to do here is, I always have a reference point. So what I usually do is, I'll place this thing first in, that way it sits in properly. Look. I'm going to use a spatula to place it properly, steady. Right, and now I'm going to put the proximity sensor and the microphone back in its place. As soon as you do this, you see these four little things? So they have to be connected to these ones. So as soon as you chuck these ones in, put this speaker, so this one's the speaker, right? So put this speaker on, again put this one connected with those golden ones, and then again put this back on. So the camera sits in here, right? Yeah, now everything's in place. I'm gonna use this one again to place them back in the same order. But as I said, do not please misplace them or you will end up breaking the screen. If you misplace these screws, and then you will end up breaking the screen and it will stop working. So please be mindful of that. Rightio. Now we've got all this thing ready. Look, now it's all good. So what we have to do now is get this one back here. And remember, all this 4 should go here. And then after that, we're gonna put this plate back on. And then we're gonna connect the battery, put this back on, and then that's it. It's that simple. Now I'm gonna plug this on. But when you connect these ones, please be careful because most of the times people end up making mistakes. So with these cables, please be mindful. So the way you can do is, that's how I usually prefer. Put them on that thing and then kind of moving it, and then kind of keep moving them around, and then you will see a place where it actually sits in properly. Look, that's it. You'll hear that click noise. So when you hear that noise, yeah, which means it's fitting properly. Now, as soon as you finish that, put this metal plate back on. And again, use the same screwdriver to screw them. Remember, we actually were placing it this way, that way you won't have any confusion with the same design. Get this one on. You gotta be careful while doing this though. That's the most important and a bit challenging part. It took me a while to get used to these ones as well, so I'm not saying it's just a easy thing, but then as you practice you'll get better. But it's not something that's so hard. You can just keep watching the video probably once or twice and then see how you go. Look, this thing made a lot easier to me because I marked everything and then now I know where I got the screws off, so that way I won't end up misplacing them. Now this part's done, but just to let you know before I close this up, so this is the charging port. So if you need to change the charging port, you might pretty much have to take all these parts off. So stuff like charging port, power button are a bit of pain to fix them. It might take a bit longer than you think you would. So I won't really recommend you guys do it yourself because it's all pretty much connected to motherboard, and you might end up breaking the motherboard, and that way you'll lose all the money. So if it is something like screen and some basic fixes, you can definitely be able to do it yourself. But if it's more about the other things, I wouldn't really recommend. I would ask you to go to a technician, get it done, right? So just let you know that the motherboard's placed here, right? All this part is motherboard, and there's speakers, charging port, and power button, home button, and all this stuff are here. And the power button is here, and the home button and the volume button and the silent button is just up here. So yeah, and then we're gonna connect the battery back on. Yeah, you heard that noise, right? Now we're gonna put it back in. Yeah, now it's been placed well, and I know where I got him from. Now it's firm and steady. Just before I connect it, I'll just make sure it's all working. So I'll turn it on. It's working, great. Now, so everything looks working, everything's perfect. I just want to double check. You can kind of clean it up using a cloth, it's totally up to you. And then once you're done, put it back in, slide it in, yeah, everything's connected. And then I'm going to use the start screwdriver to plug these back in to, I'm gonna use these ones to put them back in. All right, screw it in, and then the other one. Perfect, everything works, touch works. Touch works, home button works, great, fantastic. Now, that's it, it's Mickey now. Now, put the SIM card tray back in, and that's it. It's that simple. So, pretty much as I said, all the phones are pretty much the same, but there's like some minute differences. So, you know, let's say, I'll just show you how to identify different type of screens. Let's say, you see this little shape here, it changes for every phone. So by looking at it, as you get, because obviously I know you don't have to learn it, but you don't have to really, you know, understand how it works and stuff, but just to let you know that these are some kind of easiest way to that's how I usually like, I look at it, I was like, okay, this one's iPhone 6 screen, well this one's iPhone 6 screen. I can definitely like straight away know. So you can actually if you kind of keep practicing, work on like many different type of phones, that is when you'll actually know what kind of screen is it and stuff. But you don't have to worry about it, because when you order stuff, obviously you will order something you want. So yeah, it's that simple. All right, I hope it really helps you out, guys. And yeah, just whenever you have any problems with your phone, just try fixing it yourself, like some minor ones as I said. But if there's anything like major, I would always recommend you to go to a phone technician, because they're more experienced. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.